Welcome agents, this coming Thursday we will learn more about the Division 2, but we don't at this point know what subject the devs are going to cover. In the September blog we learned all about weapons and their talents. If you haven't seen that blog, I will leave a link in the video description for you below. So with the October blog so close, what subject will the devs cover? Today I want to go over the subject I want to hear more about, and that's gear and brand sets. If you enjoy this one, please drop a like on the video. Let's try hit 200 likes again, that would be awesome, and let's do this. On screen is a list of all the gear and brand set talents we know of in the Division 2 so far, compiled by Redditor Rhythmic83. Now SkillUp actually confirmed in a Twitter post that we are getting both gear sets and brand sets, which brings with it branded gear sets, which gives you bonuses from both sets. Now it's worth bearing that in mind as you look through all of the talents confirmed so far, so let's run through them. So starting out with gear talents, we got Devastating, giving you plus 5% weapon damage, Insulated, giving you plus 25% hazard protection, Rapid, giving you 10% skill cooldown reduction, Surgical, which is 8% critical hit chance, Vital, 20% health, Hardened, 10% armor, Critical, 8% crit hit damage, Empowered gives you 10% skill power, Striking gives you 15% damage to elites. Then we've got Steady Nerves, destroying armor or weak points grants 50% weapon stability for 4 seconds, requires no full auto weapons equipped. We've got Precise, giving you 15% headshot damage, and then we've got Hit and Run. Melee kills grant a speed boost for 2 seconds, requires under 70,000 armor. Now if you're reading the little sentence below left by Rhythmic83, he basically goes on to say that it appears it's kind of like a all or nothing. You either have one piece or none at all. That's actually not true. In one of Arix's videos, there was a build where you could use one piece of, you know, Overlord armaments and then one piece of China Light, and you still get those one piece talents from each one, which is really good because we want that kind of hybrid. We want as much build diversity as possible, and that kind of gives you that hybrid build. So that's really good to hear. Now on to the brand sets. We got Overlord armaments, 7.5% armor percentage bonus, plus 5% weapon damage, plus 10% damage to elites. China Light Industries Corporation, plus 8% shotgun damage, plus 10% all resistance, and plus 10% skill haste. We'll have to see if all resistance is actually any good in the Division 2 compared to the Division 1 where no one uses it. We've got the Richter and Kaiser GmbH, plus 20% pistol damage, plus 15% shield skill power, and plus 10% all resistance. For anyone who didn't know, the shield will be coming back. This kind of confirms it, and it looks like you'll only be able to use a pistol possibly, which is why this sounds like it should be a shield kind of brand set. We got the Heralda Holdings. I probably butchered that name, but plus 5% MMR damage, plus 10% headshot damage, plus 10% accuracy. We got the Wyvern Wear, plus 7% crit damage, 5% headshot damage, and then plus 10% crit hit chance. That sounds like a pretty good SMG one or an assault rifle one, and so does the next one. Sokolov Concern gives you plus 10% SMG damage, 8% crit hit damage, 10% crit hit chance. We ain't going to be getting the house in the Division 2. Well, actually we are, but as a high end, I believe, not as an exotic. So that's good. We're not going to have the overpowered house with this particular brand set, although we'll have to wait and see if there's another overpowered SMG. We then got the Petrov Defense Group, which gives you plus 8% LMG damage, 10% turret skill power, 10% skill haste, and then lastly, we've got the Providence Defense, giving you 4% weapon damage, plus 10% skill power, and then the Providence Talents, which is called Well-Rounded. Crit hit chance bonus for 6 seconds when completing a cover-to-cover mood. That sounds like a very good sort of thing for an LMG, possibly, but it's a bit strange that this is the only piece of brand set which actually has a talent as opposed to a third sort of stat. So we'll have to see if there's any more brand sets that's coming out that have talents like this as opposed to stats. Okay, so we know of all the talents so far, and we know that we are getting gear sets, brand sets, and branded gear sets. But there's a couple of things I want in the Division 2 and I want to know more about. So let's start off with gear customization. In the Division, there are plenty of vanity items you can get which help distinguish you between someone else, but where gear sets are concerned, there is no customization whatsoever. You choose a pair of gloves, for example Alpha Bridge, and they are the same no matter who is wearing them. What I'd like to see is a paint shop type thing, for example, where you can go and create your own logos, templates, whatever, which you can brand your gear sets with and share with friends if you want. What's great about this is that clans are coming to the Division 2, And what better way to show off, in particular to your clan, than to have every agent with a particular branding that ties to that clan. Call of Duty have always done this with clan tags, which hasn't been confirmed within the Division 2, but I would assume will be coming, if nothing like customized logos or on the menu, unless the devs have something else in mind. We will have to wait and see, although I have a sneaky suspicion something like armor skinning will be coming, as various images of the armor show slots where a particular skin would go. Moving on, and I hope the devs talk about the different rarities of gear and their drop chance percentage. When the Division first released, the drop chance percentage of high-end gear was very, very low, which meant that it was really felt rewarding when you managed to get, you know, the gear. For example, the Midas, when I first got the Midas in the Dark Zone and I had to extract it, it was one of the most rewarding but also one of the scariest things I've ever done, and I was on edge the entire time, afraid that someone would know that I had this particular high-end and would try and steal it from me. That's what I want from the Division 2. Move time forward to now and it feels like gear just rains from the skies. If the devs had to take one leaf out of Bungie's book, it would be to look at how they handled exotics in the Forsaken DLC. They're very, very rare. With Destiny 2 in mind, it would be great to hear that the devs say that certain gear will be raid specific or a particular activity specific. Should a player who never plays the raid in the Division 2 be rewarded with the same gear as someone who spends countless hours trying to complete it? I don't think so. That's one change I really didn't like about the Division, so I do hope they bring back unique gear for certain events. I'd be interested to hear from you agents in the comments below. If gear is going to be the topic of the October blog, what do you want the devs to cover and what are you hoping they confirm is coming? That's all for today, agents. Thanks for all your support. As always, it's been truly awesome, and until the next one, Epic out.